On October 4th, the West Bloomfield Fire Department held their annual open house at Fire Station Number 1. The open house kicks off National Fire Prevention Week by bringing the public together to teach our youth about fire safety. Civic Center TV, in cooperation with the West Bloomfield School District, was there to kick off the event with a live broadcast on 89.3 WBLD, the new Lakes FM. We spoke with community leaders about safety education and how the various facets of the township work in collaboration.
To 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM, and we're broadcasting live from the West Bloomfield Fire Department annual open house held here at Fire Station 1 on Orchard Lake Road, just north of the West Bloomfield High School. I'm Penny Rubin from Civic Center TV, here with George Moore, also from Civic Center TV.
Stopping traffic today.
And we're here to celebrate National Fire Prevention Week, which runs now through October 10th. And this year's theme is Hear the Beep Where You Sleep. Every bedroom needs a working smoke alarm. And right now we are joined with Michele Economou Ureste, West Bloomfield Township Supervisor. Thank you for joining us, Michele.
Well, thank you for having me.
So if you could just open up with telling us a little bit about what it means to the community to have an event like this.
Well, certainly it's a great opportunity for the community to come together, and I'm especially proud that in really important moments our community always seems to come together, and this is a big important family event. Every year we have a lot of families come out and see the equipment. We have the new engine truck out here, and we're proud of the department. The department runs fine. I'm the police and fire commissioner, actually, so I'm especially proud of our fire safety. We are an exemplary department. We are benchmarked by many other departments, and we do great work, and we have a lot of equipment. The township invests greatly in our assets, and so you see the assets out here, and you see a lot of families coming together today.
And you always, it's always so great to see the community interact with the people who protect them on such a daily basis, and a lot of the times behind the scenes, and people don't realize how much they're actually doing. And we talked a little earlier about how this community really does support the West Bloomfield Fire Department and Police Department and passes the millages every time they come up again.
Oh yes, we feel the love all the time, not just when there's a referendum item, but certainly every day. I receive a lot of thank you notes for the fine work that our departments do.
Supervisor, we were also talking earlier about how the different services that the community has a chance to be serviced by police and fire, EMS, all of that come together so well, and that's so important to have a strong community.
Yes, indeed it does, yes. We've always been a very close community. Our fire chaplain is here today, and he's part of the Clergy Association,
Spoke with him earlier.
Which is just another example of just how united we are as a community. Some people say it's the largest, smallest community you'll come to, but we are the 5th largest out of over 1,000 townships in the state. So we are a large township, but it feels like a very small community at the end of the day.
Well, look at the turnout here today. Look at this is just buzzing with activity, and as you mentioned,
yes,
everything on display, the impressive equipment up to date with everything, and keeping the community safe is what that's all about.
Oh, yes, indeed. You know, I did promote it quite a little bit at our Hazardous Waste Day last Saturday. I handed it out a flyer to about 1,000 vehicles. Actually, we had a record turnout for our fall Waste Day collection, and we had over 1,200 people come through. And recycling is very important, so we do an event every April and every September. So hopefully we'll get a lot of people to store up their hazardous materials and recycle in April. So we did hand out a flyer, but this event needs no marketing. It's always been well attended here at the open house every year.
We are speaking with Michele Economou Ureste, the West Bloomfield Township Supervisor, who's always at these events. We can always count on seeing you here and meeting with the community. And personally, I love to see that because you could be right in touch with the people that make the decisions for you. And so we appreciate that, Supervisor. In retrospect, we look at these types of events, and we know how important they are, and it can never be stated enough just how much this means to a community such as this or any community. So what are your thoughts on that in general as we are here today?
Well, I think that it is important for the community to come together. They have, access to the fire chief, the fire marshal, myself as the commissioner, to ask questions if they have questions about anything as it pertains to the department. But we don't ever receive any, I rarely receive a complaint about the fire department. It's always kudos, it's always thank yous, and truly when the families come out for this event every year, it's really just learning about fire safety at our smokehouse. And the children love to see the engine truck, and they love to touch, feel, they love lights and sirens, and so that's what this event is all about today. It's a fun day.
Safety and prevention.
Oh, yes.
That's all about. The more you know about what your surroundings are and what your environment is, I think it's easier for you to be able to assist in that and keep yourself safe until the people that are trained to do this, and these are some of the top people in the area.
Oh, yes,
that are doing
indeed.
these jobs. So it's good to see that and to see the display out here. And for me, it's to see the children out here enjoying it and wearing the fire helmets, which I still want to get one of my own.
Yeah.
Eventually you'll get one, yes.
They may join our department one day.
Well, that's true. That's what we were saying earlier. You never know
who you'll inspire.
Yeah, that's right.
So we talked with EMS Captain Gary Proctor a little earlier about what it was like servicing an elderly community, that the elderly population keeps growing within West Bloomfield. And I was wondering if you could comment on how that changes the needs of the fire department and police department in the types of services that they have to provide.
Sure. Well, the Township Board of Trustees has recently held a special board meeting to discuss the demand for assisted living, and so we have had such an unprecedented amount of requests by way of economic development for senior living, assisted living, independent living, and it does create a strain on our fire department. Our response rates are 80% EMS runs, 20% fire. Okay, so 80% runs are emergency medical, but at the same time, these new developments that come into our community, we've done the tax revenue projections for those, and we can afford a new firefighter, and with every one of these that comes in, and we're willing to add to the department staffing levels with each new development that comes into the community. So we're looking at that. We've had the assessing department, the tax assessing department generate all the revenue projections from those, and it is on top of our mind that we need to add every time we do approve new senior housing. But we do not want to turn it away. I'm very much pro development in this regard because we want to keep our families here. People don't want their elderly to move out of the community. They want them here. And we're also trying to create or amend our ordinances to account for new housing stock, new affordable housing stock for empty nesters. And it's not a problem that is unique to West Bloomfield. It is a problem that every community has. A lot of communities don't have ordinances to address the empty nesters with more affordable, smaller housing stock. So we're working on that too, just to be able to keep our elderly in our communities, by our homes, and keep our families here.
There are so many different parts involved to running a community, and again, that's what I said. This community seems to have all those parts working, together, and everything, and it runs that way very efficiently. What about how the township looks at different things like fire safety codes and things like that, and stay on top of that sort of thing? Is that something that's just as important to the whole process?
The fire safety
codes and regulations for businesses as well as homes?
Oh yes. Well, we're constantly looking at that. I think our codes are very good because we haven't had any casualties. It's always been success stories, and we have to also adhere to international fire codes as well.
Right.
And those international fire codes do apply to commercial, and so a lot of the commercial developments and businesses are already aware of the international codes, and so there's really not a whole lot of room for improvement. I've been the township supervisor for 7 going on 8 years, and we really have not amended our fire ordinances. There's room for improvement in other, but you know what? I speak too soon. I will be amending our fire ordinance. I'm in the process. But it's a good news.
Good.
It's for, it's more of a personal property enjoyment. Right now, there is no open burn at all. And 2 fire chiefs ago, Chief Papa Ryder, convinced the township board no burn, right? No open burn. And it wasn't because of fire pits or the other devices causing fires. It was really because of all the asthma complaints. So what people were doing, they were burning leaves, and the burning of leaves creates most smoke, and it was causing a lot of asthma, and the fire department responded to that complaint by saying no burn. So the township board will soon be, by the end of this year, considering an ordinance amendment to allow for the fire pits, the chimeneas, and things of that nature, but no leaf burning.
Right.
Okay. And I think we are, and I've asked our township attorney to include in that no lanterns. The lanterns that you put up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Those we don't believe are very safe at all. We don't want them landing on homes and causing fires. So when we do the rewrite of the fire ordinance, we'll probably try to ban those, but allow the fire pits and chimeneas and a one-time permit. Okay. A one-time permit so we know where they're at per homeowner, not necessarily by residents.
Would fireworks fall under that same category?
No, fireworks is a separate ordinance, and that was rewritten when the legislature approved the commercial grade fireworks. Right. It really truly is up to state legislature if they're going to repeal that. There's been discussion to repeal that. Because of all the complaints,
right.
And it's problematic. We wrote a township ordinance that we can't all out ban, because if the legislature allows for it, we can't ban it. But we have a window the day before, day of, and day after every holiday that the commercial grade fireworks are permitted within the township.
Excellent. See, like I said, you guys are always on top of everything.
Yeah, we are. We're progressive. We're always pushing forward.
All right, and I'm sure the community really, really appreciates that. Supervisor Ureste, we thank you for stopping by as always, and it's always good to see you.
Well, thank you, George.
Residents came out in large numbers to learn about fire prevention and to support its local heroes. To see more of our live broadcast of the West Bloomfield Fire Department Open House on 89.3 WBLD, visit our website at civiccentertv.com/2015 WBFD Open House.